Everyone, myself Gomati. Last session we discussed about the introduction of statistics. With the introduction, we move on to next chapter, that is collections of data. Of data is the process of collecting the data from various sources in order to apply the statistical tool. Five steps in the statistical. First one is collecting, organization, presentation, analyzing, and interpretation of data. Collection of data is the first step of statistical in all the field. Already we know about data. Data is information which can be expressed in numbers. So the two types. First one is primary data, the second one is secondary data. Primary data means the first information, that is the data originally collected in the process of investigation is known as primary data. This is the original form of the data which are collected for the first time. It is collected directly from its source of origin. Data means secondary sources of data. It is not the original data. It already collected data from some agency, published and unpublished sources, which already happens to have collected data through a statistical survey. Yes. What are the methods of collecting the primary data? There are various methods that we discuss some methods only. First one is direct personal interview, indirect oral interview, information from correspondence, mailed questionnaire method, and schedule send through enumerators. Just one by one. The first one is direct personal interview. The data is personally collected by the interviewer. It's called the direct personal interview. That means the investigator collected data directly and personally from the source of information. The information obtained in original in character. We have merits and demerits. Is the merits is the first one. We get the originality in result. That means reliability, and then uniformity is there, and get the accuracy in results and related information. You have so many demerits is there. First one is it is a costliest method, and we have the personal bias is there, and limited coverage only. We can cover the whole area. We just want only limited coverages, and difficult to cover the wide areas. Oral interview. The information cannot be directly obtained from the informant. In this method, the investigator contacts witness or neighbors or friends or some other third parties who are capable of supplying the necessary information. This method is preferred if the required information in an addition or causes of fire or theft or murder, etc. For example, a fire has broken out in a certain place. The person living in a neighborhood and witness are likely to give information on the causes of fire. In some cases, the police interrogated third parties who are supposed to have a knowledge of a theft or murder and get some clues. The inquiry committee appointed by a government generally adopt this method and get people views on all possible details or facts relating to the inquiry. Its merits and demerits are the merits. It can be covered a wide area, and we can get the expert opinion, and the method is simple one, and it's a less expensive also, and its demerits are less accurate, and it's a doubtful conclusion because depends on the investigator, and it's also biased one. Method information from correspondence. The investigators appoints local agents or correspondents in different places and compiled all the information and sent by them. For example, information to newspapers and TV newses and some department of government come by this method. The merits and demerits of it is economically cheap, it covered a wide area, and it get the continuity of the information and suitable for the special purpose. And its demerits, loss of originality because of the investigators and the lack of uniformity. We can apply the personal biases and get only a less accurate result but not get a perfect result. Delay in collection. Questionnaire method. Nowadays, many research scholars using this method. Under this method, a list of questions is prepared and is sent to all the informants by post. The list of questions is technically called questionnaires. A covering letter accompanying the questionnaire explains the purpose of investigation and the importance of correct informations and request the informants to filling the blank spaces provided and to return the form within a specified time. Then we have many merits and demerits. It's there. It's relatively expensive and it only method to reach remote areas. Informants can be influenced. Its demerits are it long response time. It take so much time for the response. Wait for the responses. Cannot be used illiterate. It is applicable only for literate. Doubt cannot be cleared. And regarding the questions. A good question. We have to form a question. We have to follow some rules. First we have to attach a covering letter with objectives and the scope of the survey. And next one, we have to form the minimum number of questions only. Just you have to avoid the personal questions. Questions should be clear and simple. Questions should be arranged in logical order. Questions should be short and simple. Don't ask the technical terms and vague expression capable of a different interpretation should be avoided. Questions fetching yes or no questions are preferably acceptable. One question should be carefully framed so as to cover the entire scope of the survey. Next method is schedule sent to enumerator. Last method is mailing method. Mailing questionnaire method is applicable only for the literate people. Illiterate people cannot apply the mail questionnaire method. That type people is applicable for the schedule sent to enumerator. First, we have to appoint the enumerators. That type enumerator schedules are sent to the enumerators or interviewers to collect the information. The enumerator contact the informants and reply to the questions contained in a schedule and fill their own handwriting in the questionnaire form. This method can be adapted even if the informants are illiterate. Its merits are it can be adapted even if the informants are the literate. It is the most popular method. Non-response is a minimum only, as enumerator go on personally and contact the information. Its some demerits are it is the costliest method because we have to appoint the enumerator and we have to give the extensive training to the given to the enumerator for the collecting correct and uniform information and interviewing requires experience. Unskilled investigators are like to fail in their work. Topic secondary data. Secondary data are those data which have been already collected and analyzed by some earlier agency for its own use and later the same data are used by the different agency. The sources of secondary data can broadly be classified under two heads. First one is published source, another one is unpublished source. Published source. Various sources of published data is available. First one, reports and official publications are that means international bodies such as International Monetary Fund, International Finance Corporation and United Nations Organization and the central and state government such as report of the Tendon Committee of Pay Commission. And the second one is semi-official publication of various local bodies such as municipal corporation and district bodies. And third one is private publications such as publications of trade of and professional bodies such as Indian Chambers of Commerce or Institute of Chartered Accountants. And next one financial and economic journals such as Commerce, Capital, Indian Finance. And next one annual report of joint stacking companies also a unpublished journals, newspapers, published research article etc. or the example of the published source. In a current world, a lot of secondary data is available in internet. We can access it anytime for the further studies. Unpublished source. All statistical materials is not always published. There are various sources of unpublished data, such as records maintained by the various government and private offices and studies made by research institutions and scholars, etc. Such sources can also be used where necessary. Some precautions we have to follow up in the use of secondary data, that is, whether the data has been collected and processed, whether the accuracy of the data, whether the data has been summarized, whether the comparable data is with other tabulation, how to interpret the data, especially when the figures collected for one purpose used for another. Difference between primary and secondary data. primary data. Primary data is original data because it is collected by the investigator himself. Secondary data, it is not original data, it all the existence. A large amount of money and time, labor, planning, etc. are needed. But secondary data is the cheapest one. No need for spending much labor, money, and time. And next, it is suitable to the aim and objective of its classification. In the secondary data, objective with the data have been collected and the later usage may be vary. And no special care is needed while using the primary data, but the secondary data, careful observation of sources and mode and objectives of the data is needed. This is the most important 10 mark questions. Collections of data. You should write what is data and what are the types of data. That means primary and secondary data. What are the methods of primary data and explain separately one by one. And what are the methods in secondary data and what is the difference between primary and secondary data. Thank you.